Today I'm visiting Chelsea from the US, who is a recruitment consultant here in Tokyo, Japan. And the coolest part is that she works from home. So we'll be getting a little house tour, a little chit chat. So stay tuned. Who knows that you might get your first job in Tokyo through her. Let's go. Chelsea lives in this apartment with her cat, Midnight. Since she works from home, her mornings are pretty calm and chill as compared to other people living and working in Tokyo. Trust me, rush hours in Japan could be pretty intense, especially if you use public transportation. But personally, after living in Japan for more than 3 years now, I'm so used to it that it doesn't feel that wild anymore. Morning, Chelsea. Tell us what brought you to Japan.
My paternal grandmother was actually Japanese. And she met my grandfather when he was stationed here in the military. And then they moved to the US together. And when I got older, like about high school age, and kind of realized that I had a Japanese grandma, because I think when you're younger, growing up with the people that you love, you don't think of like the race that they are. Like that was never something that was apparent to me, that like I had a Japanese grandma, but then it became apparent. When I went to high school, Japanese was one of the foreign languages offered, and I thought it was like a part of my heritage that I wanted to learn more about. So I started taking Japanese class, and then that was kind of like, as the rest is history kind of. I studied in high school, I studied it in college, I traveled abroad twice to Japan, and then after college I had a goal of coming to live in Japan longer term, to like get better at the language and just really immerse myself in the culture. I came in July of 2019, so at the end of this July it'll be 4 years. My first 3 years I was on the countryside. I was in Tokushima. I actually requested to be in that area. I was in the JET program. And then last July I moved to Tokyo. I switched careers from English teaching to recruiting, and yeah, I loved the countryside, but I just felt like it was starting to get a little bit like boring. It was a little slow. There weren't many opportunities to socialize with people and meet new people. So yeah, that's like, it's been about almost 4 years now.
Chelsea, would you mind giving a tour of your house?
All right, let's go from the entrance.
Okay.
Obviously, this is the entrance. Move over here. This is the toilet room.
Oh,
As you
okay.
know, in Japan, oftentimes the toilet and the shower is separate. And then this is the shower, the bathroom, the shower. So my washer machine is in here, and then this is the shower. Simple, you know. And then, so this is what would be the KD, like the kitchen and dining room all in one. Boom. That's that. And I bought this little table. That's really all I have space for. This is my high school alma mater.
Okay. Yeah, wow, you have like so much of this art and it's beautiful.
Well, the thing is that like in Japan, if you have like, so my apartment is not that big. It's certainly not as small as they come in Tokyo, but art is gonna make the place more interesting. That's how you like jazz the place up, right? Because I also can't have a lot of furniture, you know? And then this is my workspace, but look, I started working on the floor, and that's pretty much it. Basically now my apartment is 85,000 yen, which is well, the yen is like weak right now, so I think in dollars it's about $650 or $675, so not that much, but if the yen were normal, then it would be about $850. So that was within my budget. And I live in Tokyo, but I live like further out from what's kind of considered the center. The closer you get to Tokyo, you could easily be maybe like $1,000, $1,200. The initial like moving in costs are ridiculous in Japan. So it's like, I feel like in America, it's like first and last month's rent, and then maybe a deposit. So maybe you can expect to pay like your rent times 2 or 3. In Japan, it's like quite a few $1,000s to usually to move in. So it's like you're paying a few months rent up front, and then there's a deposit fee, there's like an introduction fee, there's a key fee. So you all in all could be paying the rent times 5 or 6. It really does depend though, because as time goes on, they're getting rid of things like the introduction fee, they're getting rid of the key fee, so it could be cheaper. And then there's other little fees as well that they might charge you in the beginning. Like they might actually charge you the cleaning fee that you'll have to pay when you move out, when you move in.
Alright guys, so while Chelsea's getting ready, there's one more thing that you might want to consider when moving into a new house is to check each and every corner, wallpapers, doors. If there's a small tiny single dot, make sure to inform the owner, because when you're leaving, a person will come to inspect the house, and if they find that small dot, they will charge you a huge amount of money saying that, oh, we need to change the whole wallpaper because of that dot. And guess what? You are going to pay for that. So make sure to check all those small details. That's going to save you a lot of money. And I think Chelsea is ready now. Let's go back to her. Chelsea begins her work at 10 in the morning. In the beginning of every week, she has a meeting with her team members where they discuss about their goals and targets for that specific week, while Midnight stays next to Chelsea if she needs some kind of assistance. That's cute. Excuse me, Chelsea, could you please briefly introduce what do you exactly do?
Of course. So I am in the IT industry. I look for software engineers. So if you're a software engineer and you're looking for a job in Tokyo, I might be able to help you.
For every week, her target is to find 3 perfect candidates that matches the requirements of their company's clients. Now, you must be thinking just 3, but trust me, when you have to go through tons of resumes, emails, and then follow-up emails, and then reply to those emails and keep track of everything, it could be really stressful. On top of that, staying motivated while working alone at home, that is another story. Time for lunch. By the way, the sticker that you see on her refrigerator is for new drivers. So if you get your license in Japan, you need to stick that sticker on your car for 1 year. This shows to people that you're a beginner and they need to be careful.
For me, this was kind of like a milestone because I came in Japan when I was 27 and I didn't have my driver's license, which is pretty old and pretty rare for an American to not have their license, but I never needed it. Then I lived in a really countryside area and I realized at some point that my quality of life would be much better if I could drive. So I got my license at a Japanese driving school. And then, yeah, I had to use those stickers for a year. And then taking that sticker off my car was like so satisfying. I was so happy.
Once she's done eating, she gets back to work. Even she works from home and she could work on her tasks anytime. Officially, she's required to work until 6 p.m. After 6, she spends time with Midnight and create content for her Instagram and TikTok. And this is how her day ends. Well guys, that was Chelsea's day. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Do let me know what do you guys prefer, working from home or the opposite. Plus, if you want to know more about her, I'll put her Instagram in the description box below for you to directly contact her. And please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, smile. Peace.